gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Wilbur.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Bury the Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. That is Devin. How are we?
Doing great. Hanging in there.
Yeah, hanging in there.
But...
Yeah. Hey, look, it's a struggle. We got, I'm hyped up on coffee, so I'm okay right now. But it's going to crash soon. It's the natural progression of things.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, before that happens, let's just let's just jump into the week that was in pro wrestling.
Lack thereof.
Or lack thereof. We got Backlash next Saturday. Coming up, we're gonna talk a little bit about the card for Backlash in just a little bit, but let's see what a couple little things got us to where we're going on the WWE side, and then we'll do our world famous segment. We'll wrap up AEW in a nutshell to close everything out. But let's just jump in to the very beginning, to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. It was a show. It was a weekly episode of WWE Raw.
Yeah. It was two good things.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, two good things.
Two good things. It was bookended by Sami Zayn, of course. We started off with Sami. Sami came out. They're doing the Seth Rollins friendship angle, where Sami's trying to look, okay, you're going down this road, I'm not with it. It's one of those things where it's like, you know better, you could do better. Don't do this. Mm-hmm. And of course, Seth Rollins is playing the role of, it's got to be me. I am the future of the business, and this is the only way. This back and forth, and long story short, we get an ultimatum pretty much for Sami Zayn to make a decision by the end of the night, whether he's with Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker, this collective that they have, or he takes pretty much a deal. Look, if you want to go to SmackDown, we can get you a title shot, we can do all this and that, and we won't beat your ass. If you want to join us, fantastic. And if you don't, we'll beat your ass. So there's two, he's got two, they gave him two ways for him to not get his ass beat, essentially.
But it's Sami Zayn, though.
But it's Sami Zayn. We knew where this was going. We knew what was going to happen, but we had till the end of the night to get there.
Which we didn't need.
No, we could have did it in the opening segment. And it would have did the same thing. We would have been fine. But
yeah, definitely.
Then we had, I believe it was Rhea versus Roxanne Perez, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Okay. That was a DQ, wasn't it?
It was a DQ, and Rhea won because Julia.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody, I get it. You want to bring NXT people in here?
Yeah, we're trying some things out. We're moving some things around. It's we're fresh off of WrestleMania, so we're still trying to get some fresh faces out there. Trying to get people used to seeing some people. Maybe do a little cross for NXT. Get some more eyes on it.
See, I get Roxanne Perez, but Julia, no.
No?
Nah. She ain't ready yet.
Okay, that's a fair assumption.
She ain't ready yet.
After that, what did we have? Was it the tag team match?
It was a Judgment Day Clubhouse, and then Logan Paul talked some
yeah.
trash.
Of course, yeah.
Jey Uso came out and back and forth.
Yeah, so that was the Jey and Logan Paul segment, which is leading up to a match at Backlash.
Yeah, them getting a match.
Sure.
Jay's not losing.
No.
He can't lose because, we got to keep selling these Yeet cereal.
Frosted Yeets, right there.
We got to keep selling them.
Damn right.
I got 2 boxes. Shadell got 2 boxes.
Yep, got 2 boxes. Part of a balanced breakfast.
I need to create a wrestling. I got to get a new bookshelf for wrestling stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
no real stuff. Just all novelty things.
Yeah. A box of Yeet. You can track down some Bootios.
I tried. Them jones expensive. I'm gonna have to wait on that.
Oh really? Yeah, I still got my box of Bootios.
Them jones expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, this took us to after that, we already discussed and we'll discuss it later on, but Jay can't lose this match at Backlash. It's too soon, and we already see where the story's going.
Yeah.
This is one of those.
That's why he beat AJ Styles to make him seem more of a threat than what he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They want us to put some doubt in our minds that Logan Paul is gonna be our World Heavyweight Champion, but no.
No, because if that happens, I'm done with wrestling.
Yeah, just no. Just absolutely not. Yes, and then we had our War Raiders versus Judgment Day, JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Good match. I enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't miss New Day on commentary, which was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
We knew somehow, some way, New Day was going to probably get some people tossed at him, and that's what and that's what happened. Usually, when you got commentators, there's somebody's getting hurled.
Oh yeah, somebody getting
Yeah, this is definitely That's not Scott Steiner on his way out, or Braun Breakers. It's just random sirens. But yeah, so that match, I enjoyed that match. We had the match that I enjoyed the most out of this. I enjoyed the Ivy Nile Stephanie Vakir match.
Oh, you forgot to address the Becky Lynch.
Oh, the Lyra Becky.
Yeah. I don't really care, but
Becky's. Yeah, we know
who's getting to go and get that belt.
Yeah, I mean they gave Lyra something to be like, all right, well, she's fighting back. She's not going to take it. She's not.
But she's going to lose.
Yeah, but they want to give her some fire.
She's boring.
She's had enough. She's not going to take this line down. She's disappointed in Becky and
whatever.
This and that. And I mean, Backlash is like coming up quick. We gotta we gotta get us there. We gotta get us there to Backlash.
Days, ain't it?
Yeah, so we had to get us there to Backlash. So they had to set up the matches, get the things working for that. Like I said, we had the Stephanie Fakir Ivy Nile match. Good match. Stephanie gets the W. Of course, she should. She's rolling right now, so as she should be. Speaking of Backlash, let's talk about this Pat McAfee segment and promo.
Him going against Gunther
is
going to be great because he has to win. Pat McAfee has to win. And he has to choke Gunther out.
You think he's getting the choke out again?
Make Gunther tap. He got to.
So this was a loaded promo with a lot of expletives.
Yeah.
Pat
McAfee loses this, it's for nothing. You just wasted time. You want to knock Gunther down a peg.
Yeah.
You had him tap.
Right.
So now the best logical thing to do is to have Pat McAfee beat him. Completely destroy his confidence, completely destroy everything he's built, and make him start over.
I mean, it would work. So Nick Aldis, that was playing GM for Adam Pearce while he was out, said he talked to Adam Pearce. Yeah, yeah, just needed a day off or something. But so Aldis makes the match, saying Gunther. Pat McAfee originally wanted Gunther to be reinstated from his suspension, but you know, the only way that they're going to do something unsanctioned and unsavory is to have a sanctioned match. So I was like, okay, sure. But we got that at Backlash. So again, Backlash is
filling up quick.
Yeah, we gotta, they're like, look, we got one more show after this for Backlash, and that's gotta be our go home show. So let's get these matches together. Then this was the main event segment, right? This was This was Sammy, Seth. Seth comes out. Seth's like, look, it's time. What we gonna do? Sammy does the thing we know he's gonna do. He's not gonna take a deal. He's not gonna get given a world title shot. He's gonna earn it. He's gonna do the Sami Zayn thing, and he ain't running either.
He should.
So this turns into Sammy versus Braun.
This is what I mean about Sami Zayn. Why are we putting so much stock into Sami Zayn?
Everyone loves Sammy. Sammy's the guy you can get behind. Sammy, people love Sami Zayn.
People also love, like, liverwurst. And that don't make it right.
Right. If you want to do the comparison with liverwurst, that's right. It does not make it right. That makes it wrong. Sorry for people who like liverwurst, but yeah. But spoiler alert: Sami Zayn gets completely destroyed.
Which he should.
Yeah, I mean we knew this. This was a ref stoppage. This was curb stomp. This was Sami Zayn laid out, because who didn't see that coming?
Raw had a lot of conversations on it.
Yeah.
Not much wrestling.
Yeah, Raw was. Yeah. It went fast, but it was also very noticeable that it was just a show to get us to some matches for Backlash.
It was color by numbers.
Yeah, we had to set up some stuff for Backlash, and that's where we were at. So that was Raw.
That was. And SmackDown wasn't no better.
No, it wasn't. SmackDown was bookend kind of by the women, with the whole Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Jade, and who am I forgetting? Nia, yes. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it was more of the same on SmackDown, really. A lot of talking points. Of course, as we knew, John Cena was not going to be there, so we got the Randy Orton promo. Which, depending on how you look at it, didn't help or hurt anything. It was just kind of there.
Just him talking. Literally, that's all it was him talking.
Yeah, it was just kind of there. But I believe we started with the whole, what was it, LA Knight, Damian Priest situation.
Yeah, why is LA Knight continuing to interject himself in other people's business? Like,
he's still trying to get that U.S. title back, but
bring back the 24-hour title, give it to LA Knight, Give him something to do, make him feel special. Because I'm just not feeling this LA Knight right now.
Yeah, he's kind of just coasting.
Yeah,
like
it went from me not liking him to me not liking him less.
Right.
To me not liking him again.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's like I don't know. There's something that lately I just don't. Even before the match at Mania with Jacob Fatu, I just didn't really care anymore.
They're not putting the right people in front of LA Knight.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't really care. Like we knew he wasn't beating Jacob, so it was kind of all the stuff that he was doing was just like yeah, whatever. Like I'm just gonna wait until you drop the title to Jacob, and then
you need to have for LA Knight. You need to have him searching, and I mean by searching like have him trying to go after somebody for a not a random reason, but like when him and Shinsuke had their issues. That was good.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it was entertaining and stuff like that. But you going after like Priest and Fatu, like no, that's not for you. I would love him to go after, I would love a little bit of a rival with somebody on his level. That's going to stop him from talking so much and just get to the hands.
Oh. We know one hands he ain't going to catch, and those are Braun Strowman's, unfortunately. Cause that's,
he gone.
Yeah, that's... Ooh, those releases were a thing.
Wasn't too bad.
I mean, there were some... Oh. Like, Braun, he was recently around. Of course, there wasn't no Mania, because Paul Heyman was like, but...
But problem with Braun needs to rest them knees.
So you think they did him a favor?
Yeah, them knees got to get rest, and he should realize that. Like, yo, drop weight, relax some knees, and chill. Like, you can't be running around. You not that. And first off, you seen Braun wrestle. Why you talking to the opponent so much during the match? Giving cues and this. No. Give your persona to somebody else.
Brawny Bigman coming to AEW soon.
Yeah, Jesus. They got him. Shayna Baszler's gone.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler's gone.
Which I kind of expected.
Like they haven't.
But who's gonna bring the soup in? I watched the TikTok, the social media to see what soup she bringing in.
Hey, I don't know, man.
It's Monday. It's time for a new soup.
There ain't no soup.
Ain't no more soup videos.
Soup is gone. Yeah, so Shayna Baszler. We got Kaden Carter, Katana Chance are gone.
That's messed up. That's a lost talent that they wasted right there. That is. They could have been decent to run for tag team champs.
Yeah, I mean they were in the tag team title, before they were out there. They were tag team champions and all that. It's just and with how strange and like just almost non-existent the women's tag team division is in terms of like depth. Could have just kept them around for
a little bit. You could have done a lot more with them than you did, and I think they dropped the ball on that one. Like out of all the releases, I think that's the one they dropped the ball on.
It's possible. We had some NXT names also. Eddie Thorpe, Cora Jade is a big one. I thought they were high on Cora Jade. She was doing some work in TNA also, doing the crossing the line, so to speak, with some TNA stuff. But she's gone as well. Gigi Dolan also was doing TNA stuff as well. I would imagine she'd go to TNA. I don't know.
You might as well go where the check is.
And I mean, we had some other ones, Jakara Jackson, Riley Osborne. But I would like to get, before we go back into SmackDown, I would like to get your your comments on Dakota Kai, because Dakota Kai was released as well. And for those of you who don't listen to the Buried in Booking podcast often, or if this is your first Buried in Booking podcast, number one, welcome. But also, there's always some type of Dakota Kai hate or slander that comes from Devin every episode. Because
she's the worst. The worst. Horrible.
When I saw that name on the releases, I was like, oh boy.
This is the best thing the WWE has ever done, is get rid of this leech of a wrestler. Ridiculous. They kept her around. She busted a knee up. Kept her around. You know what happens to a horse when they break a leg? You put it down. We letting her run around thinking she's somebody, and then she can actually do something in the ring. She was holding Io back. You know, that's why Kairi Sane and Asuka are still out. Because Dakota messed up and got them both injured. Look at Io Sky right now thriving because she doesn't have this parasite leeching off of her skills and technique, trying to stay relevant. And I get it. What's your name? Cherie Crowley? I understand, miss. You want to be somebody. You want to be shine, but what you should do is go home to Carl. Ain't that a husband name? Carl Fredericks? Yeah. Eddie Thorpe. That's your husband's name.
She got some.
You got fired. Your husband got fired too, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but
yeah, they're married, aren't they together? I don't know. It don't matter. You and your man ain't got no job. They're sitting the child line. It's alright though. There's space for you on AEW. You can go on AEW and wrestle with Serena Deeb, and
it's always crazy when we get the releases, because you never, it's one of those things, especially when you just seen a person, you're just like, damn, well, what's going on? Like, you know, you never want to see that happen, but also nowadays you think immediately, like, okay, where are they going now? Like, what could happen if they go somewhere? But that somewhere most times is the abyss that is AEW, that you can go over there for have a good 3 weeks and just never be seen again.
You know what? I get it.
Or, I mean, who knows?
This is what I'm going to do for Dakota. I'm going to follow you on Twitch. You know, Charlie Girl, whatever. Shout out to you on Twitch, because you trying. And I'm going to interact with you. I'm going to show you just how much I despise your Dakota Kai character.
Oh, my goodness.
I am. I'm going to be out there.
Let's see.
I'm going to be out on her page.
I mean, if I'm about to say something crazy, because we know it won't be done correctly, but I was about to say, if done correctly, you know, someone like a Dakota Kai and somebody like a Shayna Baszler over in AEW could be decent, but
Dakota Kai in AEW?
Yeah.
Let me see. If she gets rid of this persona,
yeah, I could see, you know.
Yeah, I could see her.
You could do something even with her and Shayna, you know, coming over together. You could do that.
So I see Shayna more of as it's gonna be like when Ronda Rousey came over to WWE. I'm kind of nervous about Shayna Baszler in AEW. I'd rather see Shayna Baszler take some time, go over to New Japan, learn some new stuff.
I mean,
you know,
she could be the. I don't think
I think
AEW has.
She needs a rework.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that.
She needs a complete rework.
She could come over and be the foil to Marina Shafir.
I can see that. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Get her mixed up with the ops.
She could be that. She could be that person where it's like, okay, Marina, you've been out here doing work, but guess what? Somebody who knows her.
That works well. I can see her doing that, but I don't like this MMA looking style of hers.
Okay.
I don't want Shayna glammed up.
No. She gotta keep. Yeah, she's gotta still at least keep.
Yeah, keep your rough exterior. I don't want to see her glammed up. I think that would look really weird.
Maybe bruise. Yeah, I mean, still brooding, still bruising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we gotta drop the name. We gotta, get rid of the MMA look. Because it doesn't work for you. It's not appealing.
I mean, it's part of her background.
I get it. But we ain't gotta look like it, though.
Yeah. So like a gear change. Like a...
Yeah.
Something more wrestling.
A lot more wrestling.
Not more wrestling oriented in the style.
Because you and I don't go singlet, like, don't be that type.
Right.
But she just always looks... I don't want to sound insensitive, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to...
She look like she'll beat your ass.
She can.
Yes.
A lot.
And we still need to retain that part of it.
I just need that. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with her. Maybe go a little dark horse. Maybe get like your Julia Hart, Brody King type darkness. Like, I don't want her. I keep saying this. I don't want her to be your WWE feminine.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
from
I don't
her.
think that's gonna happen. Or even she does the come out and do a open challenge thing the right way, where she just comes out, open challenges, and just beats the hell out of anybody that comes out and accepts it. We could do that for a while.
Yeah, and
that works.
Would, she's a much better wrestler than a lot of people in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Thousand by miles.
So we could, we could do that.
Have her beef with the submission lady on AEW. Have a beef with her. Yes, Shayna Baszler is gonna win. 'Cause I think she's a better wrestler than her. But don't put nobody in front of her that she can't show off her skills.
Right. Yes, I agree.
That would irk me. Like, that's a complete waste of talent right there. Yeah, because I know WWE wasn't doing nothing with her.
Right.
There wasn't nothing really for her to do.
Yeah.
Her and Zoe Stark I believe her and Zoe Stark should have been separated.
Yeah, you talked about that a while ago also too. So
like, they shouldn't be together. Like, Zoe Stark could have been doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But Shayna Baszler could have been somebody going after your Jade, your Rhea, your Naomi's, your Nia, your big hitters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
But we got rid of Dakota Kai, so I'm happy.
So getting back to SmackDown after we took our detour. This was the opening segment turned into LA Knight and...
Oh, damn, we ain't make it past the opening segment?
No. We had talk releases. So Damian Priest and LA Knight. Match was scheduled for later, but of course Nick Aldis is like, yo, we're gonna do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent match, but we knew where it was going. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, all that. It's just,
and this is played out for me.
yeah, I'm kind of over. I'm kind of over all this. It's like every week, we're gonna get some type of interference from Jacob from Solo. It's like a one-trick pony now.
Yeah, I'm done with this. Now I want to see Fatu do more things. But I guess they don't really know what to do with Solo at this point.
He's just hanging out with Jacob Fatu at this point.
And the Tongas, they're
out.
So, like, I'm just not understanding. Like, I'd rather him. The interference is getting old.
Yeah.
Like, we can't keep doing this. Like, it feels like a rerun. Like, I'm watching SmackDown. Like, oh, I've seen this already.
Yeah.
Last week before that.
Yeah, no, that's true. And these segments are definitely starting to look like that, especially like when Solo's involved and all that. Just like you're just going to get the same interference, the same type finish. So yeah, that's where we get with that. Then we had Fraxium and Pretty Deadly in a tag team match. Where, look, I love Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly's going to be fine. But we got to start establishing Fraxium also, which is, I'm not mad at all.
Yeah.
This match was good. I thoroughly enjoy Frazier and Axiom, like, as a team. Like, that, it works for me. And them on SmackDown with the deep roster it works. So, I feel like I'm kind of sort of ready to have Pretty Deadly on Raw. I don't know why. One, we need more teams on Raw.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
No, number one. And I think it would just be interesting to have them hooked up with like the Viking Raiders or something.
What is the draft?
Or the Warriors.
The draft is not announced.
Yeah, I was supposed to. Did they say yet? But yeah, I mean, I would be interested to see them there. Next after that, we had Aleister Black's big debut back against The Miz.
Stop disrespecting The Miz. Come on.
We knew where this was going.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no way in hell that Aleister Black was losing this to The Miz. But the match was good. They gave Miz a lot. They didn't give Aleister that dominant performance. Like, Miz didn't just get, outed, like, in, like, 3 minutes. Just a...
Yeah, because The Miz is a veteran. You don't want him...
Even though I think it'd be fine if they did do it that way, but they didn't, which was okay. And it looks like we're gonna, do something with Carmelo Hayes and and him afterwards. So.
Carmelo Hayes is a loss for Carmelo.
Oh yeah, definitely. Him and Dre, which is his chain. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad match at all. I enjoyed it. I kind of thought that it was gonna go the way of Aleister Black just completely destroying Miz, but no, they let you have Aleister Black back in action. Like, he gave you a match. It wasn't just something that was quick and over with. Like, you got to see him in action, which was good. And following Aleister Black was Zelina Vega. Zelina and Piper Niven.
I don't know how I feel about Zelina
as a champion,
being a champion.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know how I feel right now about it. Like, I know how long can you keep this Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Alba Fire thing going
without Chelsea as the champion?
Yeah,
I don't know. Because, like, without the championship, like, it kind of feels weird that they're just, like, hanging out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless we just...
Are we going to get a turn?
So we get the title back to Chelsea at some point, like, quick.
Maybe we can get a turn. Maybe we can get Piper and Alba turning on Chelsea.
Yeah, but I feel like we had so much more to do with Chelsea Green as U.S. champion.
We did. That's why it's such a shock that Zelina got it. But like I said before, you know, when Alistair signed his contract, that was in his contract that his wife get a championship. Which I get. Look out for your lady. You know, you rising to the top. You gotta make sure your lady rises to the top.
But yeah, maybe, I mean, we get a rematch. We get Chelsea get the title back. I don't know.
But I think this is set up for the NXT people coming over. I think this is all set up for that.
Okay.
You're going to have a group of NXT coming over, going after that belt.
So, yeah, okay.
And you want somebody who is known to actually wrestle. You know, Chelsea can wrestle, but, you know, she wins by shenanigans.
Of course.
And you don't want your new people coming over wrestling shenanigans.
True. Yeah, that's just true.
How we got B-Fab? Why is she didn't get released? What are we doing here? I keep thinking about releases,
I don't know, but
and then like
B-Fab ain't get her WrestleMania moment, so that's
she's only wrestled like 3 times.
She did not get her WrestleMania moment, and she about to go on a run out here. B-Fab about to go on a tear.
No.
Damn it.
No. I hope not. Meechin. What is Meechin doing?
The same thing Miss B-Fab is doing right now. I don't know.
Some of these is just ridiculous.
I don't know. Next up was a match I was looking very much forward to. Santos Escobar and Rey Fenix. I love both of these guys. I am a huge Santos Escobar guy. Like I need more of him on TV all the time. I think he's fantastic in promos, backstage segments, in the ring. I just enjoy his work. This was good. We already talked about the Randy Orton segment earlier. It wasn't nothing to really talk about that happened before this match, but it was just, if you watched wrestling before, you know the promo. It was a promo to sell a match where the other person's clearly not going to make an appearance. That's all it was. But yeah, no, this match, obviously Rey Fenix beats Santos Escobar. I mean,
yeah, after coming off that loss, got to give Rey something.
Yeah, of course. And then, you know, of course, you got Santos saying how he dropped the ball, how he failed, how he, you know, all this for having the match at WrestleMania and all that. So we knew where that was leading when they had the match, but it was good to see the match. I hope I see more of that. I would like to see more Rey Fenix and Santos. So maybe they continue the rivalry. That would be nice.
Yeah, we need more Spanish people on wrestling.
I am all down. Again, Santos Escobar every week. I need every week on SmackDown. Let's go.
Except for Dragon Lee. He's not Spanish.
That's another thing that's we have on the podcast a lot is Devin's disbelief of Dragon Lee.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Dragon.
He's just not willing to accept it. Just not willing to accept that Dragon Lee is.
No. No. Actually, you know, I'm not even gonna look up what he looks like without a mask because I know he's of Asian descent. Yeah, I know this. So
He's just.
I'm not worrying about nothing.
Yeah, this is an occurrence. Speaking of an occurrence right now that we're getting used to, is we're getting used to this whole seeing Nia Jax, Naomi, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton thing. You see the four of them in segments together. We knew we were going to get to a tag team match. We got to the tag team match this week on SmackDown. It was Jade and Tiffany versus Nia and Naomi. Nia and Naomi had a backstage segment, whereas, Nia's like, look, stay out my way. All you need to know is, you deal with Jade. I'm dealing with Tiffany. She was trying to put the threat out there to Naomi, but Naomi was just like, all right, that's what I was going to do anyway. Mm-hmm. So, how'd you feel about this main event match?
It wasn't that great to me.
It was a TV main event.
I don't think it felt filler. Like, we want to start building the tension and stuff like that. But it basically just came down to having Jade knowing that she's going to have to go through Naomi and Nia to get to Tiffany for the championship. So you got 3 matches already set up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like. It felt like Jade's going to wrestle Naomi, beat Naomi. Jade's going to wrestle Nia Jax, beat Nia Jax. Or it's going to end up being a 3-way match between Jade, Naomi, and Nia for the number 1 contender to go after Tiffany. Now here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tiffany going to drop the belt?
Right now, I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. Jade is not popping like that.
Yeah, but we still gotta finish out the having Bianca Belair integrated into the Jade Naomi thing before I think we get anybody going on a title run from that. From those 3. And
I think that's kind of fading away.
It is, but once Bianca comes back, of course they're gonna.
Oh yeah,
or that might even happen. Yeah, like their next
finger.
match. Yeah, that next match, I'm sure Bianca, might make an appearance or something. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, Jade and Tiffany got the win here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And that was SmackDown.
Yes, that was.
that was SmackDown. So speaking of Backlash, let's just jump into the Backlash card that we know of. Let's just talk about, let's just, no particular order. Jey Uso and Logan Paul.
Jey Uso.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, come on now. That's just, it's not happening. It seems we have a fatal 4-way for the United States Championship off of the Jacob Fatu situation. So it's going to be Jacob, Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre in a fatal 4-way for the U.S. title. Jacob Fatu's gotta retain this.
Yeah, he has to retain it. But, hear me out.
Okay.
You need Fatu and Solo to break up. What would be an unbelievable way for them to break up if Solo interfered, caused Jacob to lose the match to either Drew or Priest? That would cause a huge rift.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, Jacob losing the title isn't going to hurt him. People are still going to like him for the simple fact is he's going to just keep pushing to get the title back or another title or something like that. But this will be a great setup to have Solo. And Fatu completely break up.
Yeah, I agree. What else do we have? We have the women's Intercontinental Championship match. We got Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
I mean, come on. It's got to be Becky Lynch at this point. Now, this next one, I understand what you're saying, and I do think that is or should happen, but I don't know right now. I'm talking about Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
See, I think I don't know.
Unless somebody gonna come out to help Drew. Help Pat McAfee.
I feel like he wins with help, but
Who can help him?
I don't know. I think there's a good match here.
What's the other commentator's name?
Michael Cole?
Michael Cole.
I think there's a good match here, but I think Gunther wins.
I don't know. I think that'd be horrible.
No, I think Gunther wins. Oh, it's just me. I don't know. I feel like Gunther's gonna win. I feel like Pat McAfee's gonna do going to do some good stuff, going to do some, oh shit moments, or, show that he's good in the ring, has good matches, which he does.
I think Michael Cole going to help Pat McAfee win.
That's possible. Maybe they do something where, Gunther's beating McAfee up. He takes him outside. He's rubbing Michael Cole's face in it pretty much, beating him up in front of him. Michael Cole, maybe low blow, maybe something. I don't know.
Low blow, hitting with a chair?
Something? I don't know. But I don't know. Something in my mind is telling me that Gunther is going to win.
See, I'm only talking about what would make for great television.
What we know is definitely going to happen is the result of John Cena versus Randy Orton at Backlash.
You know what's funny? Cena don't show up.
Randy wins by default, but the title doesn't change hands. Yeah. That would be ridiculous. That would be insane. That would be not cool in so many ways, but awesome in other ways. Not delivering on that title match would be ridiculous.
He said he was ruining wrestling,
but it would play into that.
Yes.
But not giving nobody a PLE advertised match between John Cena and Randy Orton is wild.
That'd be great.
But that would be crazy. That would be crazy. But John Cena is definitely walking away as the world champion. Yeah. There's no way Randy Orton's
I'm just hoping
winning.
There's no wrestling involved.
Yeah, that would be wild. If there wasn't going to be no pun intended, if there wouldn't be crazy backlash of just not delivering that match, and people just all right, look, John Cena it was character. John Cena was just nah, I'm not showing up. F that match. I don't care about that win. I don't care about that loss. It's a count out loss. I'm not going. What you gonna do? Strip me? I'm John Cena. That's not gonna happen.
Well, how would the fans respond to that?
Oh, like I said, that would be not good. Yeah. Just not delivering on a match would be bad. It would be horrible. And then
man, y'all so toxic.
And then storyline wise, it's okay, well, if he didn't show up when we just strip him, no, he's the Rock's boy, and then we could just blame it on Say Low. No, the Rock said he's not getting stripped of the title. It just it would work. It would work, but it would be that's not, you just don't not deliver on PLE/pay-per-view match like that.
Because people don't know how to have a good story.
You're right. Yeah, right.
That's all
they're like, "Oh, I paid all this money to see Randy Orton and John Cena. This is but storyline wise, that actually would be fantastic." But yeah, no, that's as far as we know. I think that's it for Backlash. They don't really do a whole bunch of craziness. In terms of the length, if I'm missing a match, I'm not sure, but
No, I haven't found. I think that's it.
yeah, I think that's it so far. We'll probably get maybe 1 or 2 matches.
Because it was Backlash like 2 hours.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, so they don't bombard you with a whole bunch of matches now, which is good. They're not like the other guys who give you 75-hour shows for nothing.
Just making up events.
And speaking of those guys, let's get to our world famous
Oh, hold on. How much time I got?
weekly segment that we bring to you guys. It is AEW in a nutshell. Let's go.
All right, we're starting with AEW Dynamite, an all-star 8-man tag team match with Kenny Omega, Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, Kevin Knight, Ricochet, the Young Bucks, and Okada. Because the Young Bucks were in it. They've been out for a while. You know that team won.
Mm-hmm.
Ops versus, I don't know, none of these people. Nick, Rhett, and Miles. Local talent coming out here again, getting beat up by the Ops. Samoa Joe challenged John Moxley. They're going to have a good match. Yeah, I think it's a cage match now.
I think it is.
Yeah, they bumped into a cage match. Good. I want to see Samoa Joe beat John Moxley. Then there was a sit down with Mercedes Moné. I don't care. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mia Yamashita.
Yeah, sure.
Close enough. Close
enough. That Mercedes thing. Hold on. Before we get into that, I just want to quickly, while we're on the subject of Mercedes Moné. I know you're not the biggest fan of Mercedes Moné,
No.
so this is very. I want to get your thoughts on it. It's very interesting. Did you hear about the text service?
The what?
The text service.
No.
So apparently Mercedes has a texting service that for I think it's like $100 a month. I think it's $100 a month that you could be text buddies with her.
Why?
I don't know.
Like she's responding to these texts, or does she have somebody else responding?
I don't know, but it's a text service. That you can text her for $100 a month. You can be text buddies with her.
Hey, you know what? If you want to text me, message me in the comments. I'll give you my number to text me. Chances are I'm not gonna reply because I go to bed early.
Yeah,
but that's dumb.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Never in my life thought of nothing no stupider than that.
That's wild. But yeah, I just had to. I
didn't know nothing about it.
I had to bring that up.
Goofy ass young lady. AEW's world title eliminator, Tony Storm versus Mia Shama. See, I had it right the first time.
This is
me off. Tony Storm won. Then Mercedes Moné comes in. She thinks she a big boss with a tech service. Jesus.
Yeah, she did for $99 a month. You know damn well there's gonna be plenty of people. You know it.
My goodness.
Know it.
Then we had the Hurt Syndicate. What happened? Oh, they're still trying to get MGF on board.
Well,
he's still on board.
Yeah, he's still trying to get himself in.
This is taking too long. Bobby Lashley, get on board with this. You're frustrating me and everybody else.
Yeah, come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby.
Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Nick Wayne goes against Jay Lethal. Nick Wayne won.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't sure how I felt about this. I know you want to. They trying to bump Nick Wayne up to be his own thing.
Sure.
But cut that shit out. Owen Hart Foundation semifinals. Hangman Page versus Kyle Fletcher. Hangman get the W. Wasn't upset. I actually liked this match.
Yeah, good match.
I really enjoyed this.
Yes.
Moving on to AEW Collision. This is going to be even faster because nothing happened on Collision.
Not a damn.
No. AEW's World Women's Championship eliminator, Toni Storm versus Lady Frost. Toni Storm won. $100,000 high-speed collision 4-way with Sammy Guevara, AR Fox, Kevin Knight, and Roosh. Sammy Guevara wins. Megan Bayne against Harley Cameron. Megan Bayne wins. This was dumb. Brody King versus Josh Alexander. Why did we run out of time on this?
I mean, I guess it's helping both guys.
I'm just waiting for Brody King contract to end so he can come over to AEW, be with Aleister Black.
Oh, come back, yeah, go over
House
to
of Black.
Go over to SmackDown. Go to the WWE.
Over on WWE. I want the whole House of Black on WWE. Max Caster thought he was the shit again going against Daniel Garcia. That was funny. I like Daniel Garcia a lot.
Yes.
Gates of Agony going against J Jazz and Goldie. Stop pulling local talent if you... Jesus Christ. Gates of Agony win that one. Then the final one was a 2 out of 3-way falls with FTR versus Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. I am not calling them that.
Oh.
Their new name. I'm just
it's
not
dumb.
doing it.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Because they changed their name, they lost to FTR. FTR got literally 2 out of the 3 falls. It wasn't like 1 to 1. No, back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
So I get it, but that's AEW. Nothing really happened. Good shows, good matches, but
I mean the matches were great. You know, not gonna ever
never
fault
gonna
them for
complain
that.
about a match.
Not at all. But yeah,
I watch it.
Yeah, exactly. AEW, I watch it.
Yeah,
that's kind of their thing. But we want to
get your stuff together because
right. We about to
switch to NXT.
Yeah, NXT, TNA, something about to. But thanks for watching us. That's going to do it for us on the Buried in Brooklyn podcast. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow us on the socials, and we'll be here next time when we talk some WWE Backlash. Later.